Number 10. The Gravity Max is a tilt coaster based in Taiwan, and if you want to give it a ride, you might want to bring a spare pair of underwear along with you. Most coasters start from a stationary position and are then lifted up a slope by a chain lift. So what that means is you pretty much know what you're getting up to and have time to prepare yourself for the eventual drop. The Gravity Max is a tilt coaster based in Taiwan, and if you want to give it a ride, you might want to bring a spare pair of underwear along with you. Most coasters start from a stationary position and are then lifted up a slope by a chain lift. So what that means is you pretty much know what you're getting up to and have time to prepare yourself for the eventual drop. The Gravity Max is a tilt coaster based in Taiwan, and if you want to give it a ride, you might want to bring a spare pair of underwear along with you. Most coasters start from a stationary position and are then lifted up a slope by a chain lift. So what that means is you pretty much know what you're getting up to and have time to prepare yourself for the eventual drop. The Gravity Max is a tilt coaster based in Taiwan, and if you want to give it a ride, you might want to bring a spare pair of underwear. Gravity Max is a tilt coaster based in Taiwan, and if you want to give it a ride, you might want to bring a spare pair of underwear along with you. Most coasters start from a stationary position and are then lifted up a slope by a chain lift. So what that means is you pretty much know what you're getting up to and have time to prepare yourself for the eventual drop. Things are a little bit different with the Gravity Max though. The platform you end up on basically tilts forward until it angles the coaster and its occupants at a 90-degree angle before dropping the coaster into a free-fall down a long tunnel in a single loop and a couple of banked turns. So the coaster itself isn't really that impressive. The only super scary moment is at tilt at the start, which is pretty damn terrifying either way.
Alrighty, we're doing this. We're here on Gravity Max at Leap.
Number 9. The Wicked Twister is a dangling coaster, which means that you're sitting in a chair with your legs dangling freely beneath you instead of being in a completely enclosed coaster car. So not only is the Wicked Twister a dangler, it's supposedly the tallest and fastest dangling coaster in the world. It's not long like some of the coasters we've got on this list, but it is pretty terrifying. Powered by electromagnetics that send pulses of energy into the coaster, it flings riders up a long twisting spike, which then allows them to fall back down again and then go back up a second spike backwards. So yeah, expect to pee your pants.
All of a sudden it's just like boom and you're off. You go up and you're like, whoa, what just happened?
What just happened is linear induction. A long chain of electromagnets laid along the track fire energy in rapid succession, pulling and pushing the coaster down the rails, quickly building speed with every push-pull combination.
Number 8. The Ultra Twister is a coaster from Spa Land in Nagashima, Japan, and if you ride it, be prepared to get dizzy. This coaster goes backwards and forwards through a chain of never-ending spins. The ride moves at a total of 44 miles per hour and only lasts around a minute and 20 seconds. But in that time, riders are flung through 3 complete inversions, 2 of which are experienced backwards after a 90-degree vertical climb and an 86-degree drop. So to put that into basic terms, you're gonna get really dizzy really quickly. Number 7. The Slingshot is another Cedar Point ride. Opened in 2014, the Slingshot is less coaster and more, well, a gigantic slingshot. 2 riders are tied into a chair that has 2 elastic cables attached to it, and those elastic cables are actually attached to 72-meter tall spikes. When the riders are properly strapped in the capsule, it's launched up to 110 meters in the air at around 62 miles an hour, and you basically bounce up and down until it comes to a stop. This ride is literally 2 pieces of string attached to 2 really tall towers and a ball for people to sit in, and it's pretty freaking sweet. Now if you didn't know, I absolutely hate any sort of ride, whether it be a roller coaster or just a slingshot thing like what we have here. All of you are absolutely insane for wanting to go on roller coasters. It's like you're asking for death. Let me know in the comments if you like to ride on roller coasters or if you hate them like me. I mean, they are so terrifying. Who would want to go on one? Number 6. The Stratosphere Hotel in Las Vegas is home to one of the scariest rides in existence. It opened up in 2005 and sits at 270 meters above the pavement. I mean, riders are literally dangled out in the open stratosphere above the freaking pavement off the side of a building and then spun around. What's crazy is that in 2005, a group were left dangling for nearly an hour and a half while the ride had a fault. Imagine that, just hanging there above Las Vegas waiting for the ride to get fixed. I mean, I guess at least the view would be nice.
Tô tentando tirar foto? Não dá, né? O Eros tirou a mão bem pequenininha.
Number 5. Galactica at Alton Towers in the UK was originally another ride called Air. Now, Air was nothing really special. It was a fling coaster that had 2 inversions and traveled at the pretty slow speed of 47 miles per hour. And this ride is no different in terms of those specs. What changed was the addition of virtual reality. Everyone's been raving about how VR would revolutionize gaming, when in truth, one of the best uses for the headsets has been on Galactica. Riders are transported through space itself via Samsung Gear VR headset, passing by sites such as Jupiter and the Kuiper Belt. That's so freaking awesome, man.
Meet Grammarly Go, your go-to solution for getting quality work done quickly.
Number 4. So I guess roller coasters itself aren't scary enough. They had to add in the whole serial killer aspect to it just to make it that much worse. The Saw ride can be found at Thorpe Park in the UK and is actually one of the coolest rides I've seen for a while. From the incredibly well-themed waiting line that leads up to the ride all the way to the theming of the ride itself, Saw the ride just screams cool. Riders start off going through a dark tunnel filled with a couple of dips and plenty of props before being forced through a slow inversion leading up to a chain link hill. Before you start going up that, Jigsaw has a message for you: game over. Riders then go through a steep drop underneath some saw blades, a couple of blank turns, and another inversion. It's actually pretty damn cool. Number 3. Oblivion is another classic UK ride at Alton Towers. It's not as long or amazing as some of the other rides on our list, but that doesn't make it any less cool. Riders start by going up a chain lift before being treated to a lovely view of the park. And that experience is kinda ruined when you dip down at high speeds before a dark and dingy tunnel and coming out a banked turn. And that's the entire ride. Unfortunately, sometimes things go a little bit wrong. The clip we have shows the seatbelts on one of the rides coming loose and falling straight out. So yeah, I guess that adds an extra layer of fear to the whole ride. Number 2. The Meters Alpine Coaster is part of a rare breed of roller coaster. It's a type of coaster that literally runs down the side of a mountain. The track is 2,800 meters long and runs down the mountain and through the forest in the Alps. What's really cool is you're actually able to control your own speed up to 25 miles an hour. Now that doesn't sound very fast, but when you're on a solo coaster car that has barely any protection on either side, it's gonna feel pretty speedy. The guy in the video we're showing doesn't activate the brakes on any of the drops or the corners, so he builds right up to the full speed of the coaster, which I'm pretty sure he regrets more than once. I'm sitting here wondering if anyone's died on this thing, like I'm sure someone had to. Number 1. Kingda Ka is a steel accelerator coaster that's based at Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. It's the tallest roller coaster in the world and the second fastest coaster, traveling at 128 miles an hour. I think the scariest thing about Kingda Ka is that the train may experience what is known as a rollback. So rollbacks are when the car of a coaster quite literally rolls backwards off of a point instead of forwards. Now, to be very clear, the ride does have magnetic brakes to stop it from going all the way back to the station and causing some kind of collision. And that's really the fear factor of this ride. Not only are you traveling at over 100 miles an hour, there's no way that you can know whether you're going to make it all the way over the hill or back down the way you came.
Hold on, y'all. We are going to get started here in just a moment. All right, everyone. Welcome. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 16th, 2023. It is National Roller Coaster Day, which is why we were watching the 10 scariest roller coasters in history. Oh, there we go. Here's my picture. And so it's also National Tell a Joke Day. So there you have it. And then on this day in 1979, the film Apocalypse Now, inspired by Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, debuted in US theaters. While Conrad's novella is set in the Congo, the film was set in Vietnam. And also on this day in 1974, punk band The Ramones played their first public gig at the Manhattan CBGB. So I remember seeing people wearing Ramones shirts like in high school and stuff. I don't know if I remember the band itself. All right, and here we have some news today. A New Zealand supermarket created a Savvy Mealbot, an AI-powered meal planning app. And its recipes haven't all been winners. It says Savvy's picks include aromatic water mix, actually a lethal chlorine gas, and poison and glue sandwiches, bleach-infused rice surprise, and methanol bliss, a turpentine-flavored French toast. Delicious. I think here it is a great point to note, do not always trust AI. Okay. And then we have drone versus shark. It says, due to an uptick in shark sightings and attacks, New York officials are now using drones to spot the predators at beaches. Each drone costs about $6,000, but are cheaper than police helicopters and could be used in search and rescue operations or to drop life preservers. So they're getting bigger and bigger with these drones. With the capabilities of what they can carry and things like that. And here we have, this is interesting, a tiny and adorable robot turtle could help guide baby sea turtle or sea turtles to the sea. And here is the article for this. And this is it. I think there's a 30-second clip. Hold on, let me get out of that. That we can see it actually moving in action here. And so basically it would lead little turtles out to sea. Goodness. Because I have a too big here. Ooh. I don't know why I can't get it to expand. It's so weird. Okay, well.
Well, fiber helps you poop, right? Nope. What about drinking lots of water? Nope.
Sorry,
You've
guys.
probably seen this guy
I
talking
always
about.
have ads. Okay, here we go. Here's the video of this robot in action. So the idea would be that they could help guide baby sea turtles to where they need to go using robot and not people. Pretty cool. It moves very similarly to what the little turtles look like. People are just getting really ingenious with all of that. All right, let's keep on going here. It says, this is cool. The American Institute of Graphic Arts top 50 book covers of 2022. So this would have been last year's top 50 of book covers. Yes, these are the best book covers. You can kind of take a look. This is really neat. Forgotten Heritage. Wow. Something different. Oh, I like this. I like how they have the gilding. Well, it's not gilding because it's not like metallic, but it's colorful. Let's see. So all of these were top 50 winners of book covers. Very interesting indeed. I like this one too. I like the colors that you picked. City of Cinema. All right. There's a lot of books. We're almost to the end here. I just wanted to scroll through them and see if there's anything, if there's somebody writing a sea turtle, interestingly enough. All right, so there you go. There you have it. Top 50 book covers of 2022. That was released. And then we have TFUW. What is that? Throwback? I don't know. Just look at their eyes here. Thanks for sharing. Here we go. Look at this little baby. I love when the little kittens drink milk, their ears move. That's so cute. The dog's like, give me some too. Okay. So there's that one. And then we have, I could watch this person greet cats all day.
Mary, how long has it been? You're so gorgeous. Oh, she always gives me her butt to pet. Ooh, a stuffed flop and roll for old time's sake. Ooh, and a leg stretch with a belly rub. Can I give your nose a little boop? Boop, thank you, Mary. Boop, thank you. Boop, thank you. Boop, thank you. 4 boops. I know that's not Gray Fluffy. It is Gray Fluffy. Oh, that was a nice hop, Gray Fluffy. You're such a cathlete. Now we finally know who you're cheating with. Yes, you're all at everybody's house, kitty. What is going on? Oh, hello, Gray Fluffy. I just saw another gray cat today named Lego. Oh, Mama's cleaning her baby in the window. She's like, thank you, Mama, but that's enough. You're being overbearing. Okay, I wonder if my friend Lego's here. Oh, yes, Lego is here. Hello, Lego. You're looking mighty cute today. You look beautiful today, Lego, with your catwalk. Yes. Boop, thank you. Is Lego licking me? You're doing a stop, flop, and roll and getting all dirty. Your humans are gonna know you've been out here with me. You're such a good kitty. I'm picking up Lego while Lego has all this dirty fur from doing the stop, flop, and roll, and it's totally worth it. Let me clean you off. Look at all the debris coming off of Lego. Oh, you're okay. I guess it was pointless to try to clean Lego. Oh, yes, it is. Y'all, I didn't even call the cat yet, and he's already getting up to come down. This old kitty with the 2 different color eyes. Oh, I missed you. Can I hold you, kitty? Oh, yes. This cat does like to be held. You know, I'm gonna put this cat back on the porch so he doesn't have to walk back up there. He's old.
I love that cats have different colored eyes like that.
Right? Nah, we're definitely about to be petting some cats now. Oh, you're the kitten. Oh, this is the kitten that likes to groom me and lick on me. Hey,
Groom
sweetie, I've missed you. Oh, and you're not the only one. There's more kitties. Hello, kitties. Hi. Oh, gosh. What's going on with your belly? You must be pregnant, kitty. We're about to get you fixed, too, by the way. We're about to get these cats fixed. This cat fixed after she pops those babies out. I'm going to do the pickup test on Callie because I've never done that. Oh, and she's purring. Are you okay? Good girl. Because this kitty wants to be picked up, too. I love this kitty's little black nose. You're so gorgeous.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know if you guys remember this cat, but this cat loves to groom me, and I love it. And this cat likes to be on my shoulder, too. Let's see. Oh, she's like, no, pet me more. Okay. All right, is that enough? Want some more pets? Okay. All right, is that enough? Oh, you want more pets? Oh. Oh, yes, I know, sweetie. You want your mama back? Ooh, are you like your mama? Are you like Mabel? Because now you want to be a shoulder cat?
So there you have it. He walks around the neighborhood, greeting all the cats. I think it's so precious. They're so different from dogs, that's for sure. And now we have our big stretch.
Big stretch.
He always talks really good. Look at this dog. He's so smart.
Big stretch.
So he stretches. And then I think we only have a few left here. Yeah, we have one more. And it's the extremely dramatic. Oh, internet. All right, a vicious beast whips tail into innocent bystander. Let's see if what. And he gets hit in the face with the tail. Oh, and it's terrible. They're so cute, the little babies. Okay, well, let's move along into our first warm up here. Let me get it going here. So we're doing quick as a wink or quick as a bunny or a wink. It says sometimes there are multiple similes, comparative expressions that use the words like or as that have the same meaning. For example, you could say quick as a wink or quick as a bunny interchangeably. The number of parentheses indicates how many similes use the same starting word. So here we have clear as. There are 3 potential answers. Clear as a bell. And what else could be used? Clear as. Another one. Clear as day, right? Clear as mud. Has anybody heard that one before? Yeah. And then we have old as. Another one that we could do. Old as Methuselah, right? Methuselah. And then what's another one? Old as dirt. Old as dirt. And then another one, old as the hills. Old as the hills. And then good as. That's a way we can phrase that. Good as old. Good as old. Gold. I was like, what? Good, gold. Okay, there you go. Good as gold. What's another one? We have 3 potential answers. Could be more. Good as gold. Good as new. Right? Then I have good as it gets. As good as it's gonna get. And then we have innocent as. Oh my God.
Newborn baby.
Innocent as a baby. Innocent as snow. This one said snow. And then I also have a lamb. So it's like, and then light as. What's another one? Light as what? What else do I have? Air. And then plain as. Hey, yes, that's one. And then plain as. Plain as the nose on your face. Yeah, I've heard that one. And then poor as.
Church mouse.
Church mouse, yes. And what's another one? I have poor as dirt. Heard that one too. And then cold as snow. Cold as snow. Should say cold as a winter's day.
Icicle.
An icicle. Yep. You could also say cold as ice, right? And then we have pure. Pure as
Snow.
snow. Pure as, has anybody ever heard pure as gold? Pure as ivory soap? I don't know, these are ones that I hadn't heard before. Oh yeah, pure as the driven snow. Yeah. And then smooth as, there's 5 different ones that we could say here, potentially.
Silk.
Silk.
Baby, the baby's bottom.
Baby's bottom, yep. It's a good one. You could say satin. 2, 3. What else do I have? Ice. What you got? Oh my goodness. No, nice. Smooth as, the other one that I have is glass. I don't know if that's like smooth as glass. Yeah. And then our last, what was it?
Shake head.
I can't hear it very good. Sorry, guys.
Head.
Egg head.
Shake head.
Thank you, guys. It's hard for me to hear sometimes. Shaved head. Okay. And then we have our last warm up here for the warm up. Tough as.
Tails.
Nails. What else? Oh my God. I have leather. Does that work? Tough as leather. I know that what is the most common for sure. All right. And then yesterday we got cut off because our charger wasn't charging the computer. And so this was part of our what is the what month is it? And this is our trivia for it's offal food. Offal refers to the internal organs and entrails of a butchered animal. And so we have our pâté de foie gras. It says it's a delicacy made from this organ of a duck or goose that has been specifically or specially fattened. What is it? The liver. That's right. It's French, right? Fat liver is foie gras. And then we have, although this organ is a delicacy in some cultures, it also carries increased risk of transmitting fatal neurological ailments, such as mad cow disease. What's the organ?
Brain.
The brain. And so some countries will eat them. Here we don't so much. And this may sound like dessert, but it's actually the thymus gland or pancreas of a calf. What do they call it? Does anybody know? So this is referred to as sweetbread. So it sounds like a dessert, but it's the pancreas of a calf. And then we have this white net-like food, which is used in soups and sausages, is actually the stomach lining of a cow. What do we call that? We make menudo with it, which is a very good soup. I like it. It's tripe. That's what this is, tripe, the stomach lining of a cow. And then tripas is the milk, the lining for the milk of a cow. And then this traditional Scottish dish contains sheep's heart, liver, and lungs wrapped in a sheep's stomach. Does anybody know what it's called? Has anybody ever had it? See, if I go to Scotland or Ireland, I'm going to have to eat this. It's called haggis. Haggis. So it's got basically all the organs into a dish. All right, moving along here, we are going to finish the presidential quote or slogan. We've done one of these in the past, and here we have a new one. So here's our first line. We have to try to figure out which president. We can finish the line or we can name who said it. A chicken in every pot and a car.
In every garage.
In every garage, but who said it? Does anybody know? It was Herbert Hoover. A chicken in every pot and a car in every garage. All right. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Yeah. Theodore Roosevelt said that quote there. And then we have tip a canoe and Tyler too. Mr. Harrison, William Henry. And then don't swap horses in
Midstream.
midstream, in the middle of a stream. Abraham Lincoln came up with that quote there. And he kept us out of war. Who was it? Woodrow Wilson. He's the one that said that he kept us out of war. Ask not what your country can do for you.
Ask what you can do for
Ask what you can do for the country. And who said that?
JFK.
Yeah. Kennedy. It was John F. Kennedy. Yeah. Now we've got, I think, his grandson or some family member running this year for the presidency. Pretty interesting to listen to. All right. In your heart, you know. In your heart, you know. He's right. He's right. And that was said by Barry Goldwater. And then here we have keep cool with Coolidge.
Nice tea.
Right. Keep cool with Coolidge. That was his quote or his slogan for Calvin Coolidge. Oh man. And then it says give him hell or give him hell Harry. Give him hell Harry. This was Harry Truman. And then I like
Hike.
yeah,
Eisenhower.
yeah, Dwight. And then the buck stops
Here.
here. Harry Truman. That was Truman there. And then Nixon's what was his slogan? Nixon's the what? He was the one. Nixon's the one. Was Richard Nixon's slogan. And then 50-40 or 54-40 or fight. And that was James Polk slogan. And then read my lips, no
No more taxes.
Taxes, yeah, this was George H.W. Bush before the Clintons. And are you better off than you were?
A year ago,
Yeah, it was 4 years ago, right? A term. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? And that was Ronald Reagan. It was Ronald Reagan. It says, don't stop thinking about Bill Clinton. What was his slogan? Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Then we have extremism in the defense of liberty is another Barry Goldwater. Extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice. That was his quote there. And then better a third term than a, this is Franklin Roosevelt. He said third rater. Better a third term than a third rater. And I'm just wild about
Harry,
Truman. And all the way with LBJ, Lyndon Johnson. And we have back to normalcy. Back to normalcy. This was Warren Harding. Back to normalcy. And the business of America is what? Is America is business. Of America is business, and that was Calvin Coolidge. December 7th, 1941, a date which
infamy.
Yep, will live in infamy is Franklin D. Roosevelt. And you won't have Nixon to
Kick around.
Yep, that's it. You won't have Nixon to kick around anymore because, gentlemen, this is my last press conference spoken by Richard Nixon. And then we have 7
years ago.
7 years ago, Abraham Lincoln. And I cannot tell a lie.
George Washington.
Yeah, attributed to George Washington. And I am not a crook. Richard Nixon. And what this country needs is a good 5-cent. Oh my God, a 5-cent cigar. And it was said by Thomas Marshall. He was a vice president to Woodrow Wilson. No, that's not what this country needs. If you can't stand the heat,
Get out of the kitchen.
probably one of the most common ones out of all of these that I've heard. Attributed to Harry Truman. The heat, get out of the kitchen. And our last one here, we have first in war, first in peace. First in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen, said of George Washington. So pretty interesting. The okay, and here we have, what is the question? This should be fun. It says, where's the beef? The famous question lived on long past its original use in Wendy's commercials, right? Where's the beef? And let's see how many questions drawn from movies, songs, TV, and news you can identify. So Bugs usually asks this question while he's chewing on a carrot.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? Yeah.
And then in 1953, Patty Page asked about the price of a pet in this musical question.
How much is that doggy on the window?
Yep, you guys got it. And then the answer to this Abbott and Costello question is who?
Who's on first? Who's on second?
Abbott and Costello. And then why can't a woman be more like a man? Asked Henry Higgins in this popular musical. That was in My Fair Lady. That was the question he asked. And who was the masked man?
Lone
Ranger. And Peggy Lee made this existential question and song title a hit in 1969. Maybe she broke out the booze and had a ball when the song reached top 10. Peggy Lee. I like her music. Let me see. I'm thinking it was called Is That All There Is? You guys remember that song?
Play it for us.
Peggy Lee. We're gonna listen to it really quick, just as a little snippet. Peggy Lee, that's, what is that all there is? Yeah, you guys will remember what she was asking here. 1969.
I remember when I was a little girl and our house caught on fire. I'll never forget the look on my father's face as he gathered me in his arms and rushed through the burning building onto the pavement. And I stood there, shivering in my pajamas, and watched the whole world go up in flames. And when it was all over, I said to myself, is that all there is to a fire? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep dancing. Let's break out the booze and have a ball.
How many of y'all remember that song?
I don't.
Yeah, I've heard her before. I know Peggy Lee, but I don't remember that song either. I think that the most the interesting point is that her house as a little girl was caught on fire. So that was her just kind of opening up and being vulnerable and talking about it. All right, here we go. Finish this nightly public service announcement question from the 1960s. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know
Where your children are.
where your children are? What different times the kids live in now? They don't even leave their rooms, right? Let's see here. The response to the title of this 1967 film starring Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn was Sidney Poitier.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
That's it. Guess who's coming to dinner? There's the question. All right. And then we have Hank Williams Jr. recorded the opening theme for Monday Night Football, which asked sports fans this question.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, wait a minute, but Hank Williams Jr. Whoa, let me see if we can find it. I'm interested in hearing that. Junior, are you ready for some football? Let's see if we can find a recording of this. December, this is 1994. This is a 90s.
Try killing bugs the worry-free way. Not the other way. Zevo traps use light to attract and trap flying insects with no odor and no mess. They work continuously, so you don't have to. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
The San Francisco 49ers, owners of the best record in the NFL, will bring you tonight the most spectacular showcase the league has to offer. To begin, Santa has brought for your viewing pleasure Steve Young. Finally and convincingly out from under Joe Montana's long shadow, he is on his way to an unprecedented fourth consecutive passing title and has thrown an NFL best and team record 34 touchdown passes. Among the other gifts that the 49ers will unwrap for you tonight is the incredible Jerry Rice. As the player many consider to be the best ever at his position, the record-breaking Rice is the kind of present that all quarterbacks dream of finding under their tree. And this year, the 49ers toy collection features an impressive defense with stars like the inimitable Deion Sanders, who has emerged as a perfect stocking stuffer for their secondary in 1994. While their sights are firmly set on the Super Bowl trophy, that present must wait until January 29th. But tonight, the 49ers bring their holiday show to Minnesota for their final regular season performance. It's the 49ers and Vikings as we wrap up our 25th season of ABC's Monday Night Football.
San
and wrap it up tonight. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. We got Frank and Al and Dan. They're gonna get it kick-started. Lynn and the crew's all set. The crowd is psyched. All my rowdy friends are back for Monday.
Monday Night Football unlocked a memory for me. Hank Williams, not so much, but I just wanted to see his question, him ask that question. All right, when Hamlet asks this question, he's trying to decide whether or not to commit suicide in the Romeo and is it Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet?
To be or not to be?
To be, that's what yeah, that's it. That's Hamlet. Okay, so to be or not to be, that is the question. Remember, I was telling you guys yesterday, I want to read Romeo and Juliet. I don't know why. I was driving to work and I was like, I need to read that story. Okay, here we go. Taxi driver Travis Bickle, played by Robert De Niro, asked this question several times while looking in a mirror. Oh my gosh. Are you talking to me? Robert De Niro, are you talking to me? I remember that. Okay. So that's where that comes from, that question. And then which actress asked this question and then answered it? You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow. Yeah, so this was Lauren Bacall in To Have and Have Not. So she answered her own question though. TV's Kojak, who was very fond of lollipops, asked this question at least once in every show. It's Kojak. It says, who loves you, baby? That was the thing. That was his question always asked in his show. Right. And then we have our last game for today. We are going to do places we all know. So we are looking for the location, a geographical location. All right. So what city is known as the Big Apple? New York City is the Big Apple. And then what city is known as the Big Easy?
New Orleans.
Orleans. And then we have Schultz Beer called itself beer that made which city famous? Milwaukee. And then we have, what city is known as the Toddlin Town? You know, some of these towns and cities have like names, but this is Chicago. Chicago was also at one time called the Toddlin Town. And then what city is known for its cable cars?
San Francisco.
Yeah, we just, the other day it was their anniversary for when they released their very first cable car. All right, what city is known as a city of brotherly love?
Philadelphia.
Yep, Philadelphia. And then which two countries were the main protagonists in the Cold War?
U.S. and Russia.
Yeah, it was the U.S. and it was Russia. And what was Coney Island in New York famous for?
Hot dog. Yep.
Also, but what else? They have that boardwalk, right? The amusement park. They had the amusement parks there. And then what part of the country is known as Down East?
Down East.
No. They call it Down East, but it's Maine or the upper New England of the US is called Down East. Isn't that interesting? And then we have, what rock and roll star lived in the Graceland Mansion in Memphis, Tennessee?
Elvis Presley.
King, right? Yeah, Elvis Presley. And then from what city does the Grand Ole Opry originate? Nashville. It's where we have Dolly Parton. She's from there. In what fictional town was the Andy Griffith Show set? Mayberry. And I love the opening to that show. What is a Hoosier?
Indiana.
A person from Indiana, or Hoosier. I always call it Hoosier because the Hoosiers. They're from Indiana. And what is Route 66?
He was Corvette, 2 guys in it traveling.
Yeah. So it's a famous highway that runs from Chicago to Los Angeles. I read in an article not too long ago that a percentage of it is no longer around. Something like that. It was a good chunk of it. Yeah, you can't do it anymore. Not like the old way, you know. Is that what I don't know. It's like, it was a big percentage. I just remember reading about it. Where will you find gondolas? Mm-hmm. Venice, right? The canals of Who are the Brooklyn Bums? Yes, the Brooklyn Dodgers. It was a nickname, right, that they gave them. And what city built a giant arc, the gateway to the west? St. Louis. St. Louis, Missouri. And what state is the setting for the movie The Wizard of Oz?
Kansas.
Yeah, we're not in Kansas anymore, right? The names of which 2 states end with silent letters? Silent letters. And we always, some people say them anyways. Arkansas, right? Some people say Arkansas. And Kansas. I don't know. It's supposed to be silent, or not, Illinois, sorry. Illinois, because you don't really say the S. Arkansas, and they have S's at the end that we don't pronounce it. In what 2 states will you be able to go to a Disney theme park?
Florida and Los Angeles.
California, Florida and California. They wanted to build a Disney park in Texas, where Alamo Ranch is now, but they got outbid by Pulte Homes. We were supposed to have a Disney by SeaWorld. It didn't happen. What happened at the Golden Spike National Historic Site in Utah? Yes, that's right. The 2 railroads, the first transcontinental railroad in 1869. Awesome. Good job that you knew that. That's really good. And then we have, where is the Iditarod dog sled race run? Where are they held? I grew up there. Where it starts anyways. Anchorage, Alaska. It took place in Alaska though. In what city do professional baseball's Pirates play? Pittsburgh. That's right. And then what is the coldest city to Dallas? Closest, not coldest. What is the closest city to Dallas, Texas? Fort Worth. I would think Arlington. I mean, isn't Arlington between Fort Worth and Dallas? Yeah.
Arlington is surrounded by Dallas.
Yeah, I love that area. Ugh, so nice. Okay. In what 2 states will you find Kansas City?
Missouri and Kansas.
Yeah, you got it. Oh my goodness. And then what is Music City, USA? Nashville. And in what city is the Smithsonian Institute?
DC.
Yes. Don't they have one in New York also though? They might. I don't know. But I want to go to DC. My friend lives there. She invited me for my birthday when the cherry blossoms were blooming, but I did not go. I had another trip planned. All right. Who flew the Spirit of St. Louis?
No, Lindbergh.
Lindbergh, Charles Lindbergh. They called him Lindy too, right? Where is a Cape Cod? Where is Cape Cod? What state? Massachusetts. And what Georgia city has more than 3 dozen streets that have Peachtree in the name?
Atlanta.
Yep, Atlanta. And we have the Wright brothers first flew at Kitty Hawk, which is on a barrier island off the coast of which state?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. So interesting because my grandpa, you know, that my dad's family's from North Carolina, and he was really into planes, like the remote control ones in the 60s. He had all the big models and built them. All right, what plain states has cities named Bismarck, Fargo, and Grand Forks?
South Dakota, North Dakota.
North Dakota. How many of you were stationed in North Dakota ever? I went to high school in Minot. Why not Minot? You were there. All right. What Hall of Fame is located in Cleveland, Ohio? Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland. And then who won the Battle of the Alamo? Mexico did. Who won the Battle of the Alamo? Davy Crockett lost. He was out of there. Let's see. In what state will you find sheepheads?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, that's right. And then what state is the location of Tuskegee University, a school founded by Booker T. Washington?
Alabama.
Alabama. Mhm. Alabama. And then where is the Kentucky Derby run? Louisville, Kentucky. Very good job, y'all. And then in what part of the U.S. will you eat hush puppies and grits?
South.
The South. You see grits, that's the South. Very good, y'all. Hush puppies. That could be anywhere though. I mean, there's a lot of seafood up in Maine and all that area. All right, the Pennsylvania Dutch aren't Dutch. From what country did their ancestors come? The Pennsylvania Dutch are not Dutch. They're German. They come from Germany, but they have the nickname Pennsylvania Dutch. And then what food do you think about when someone mentions Hershey, Pennsylvania?
Hershey candy.
Yeah, chocolate. Chocolate, Hershey. I've never been there, I don't think. I want to. Harlem is part of which larger city?
New York.
New York. Yeah, Harlem's in New York. And then in what state will you find Santa Fe, Cimarron, and Albuquerque?
New Mexico.
Oh, I should add Clovis in there because that's where I was born. Let's see. In what state is gambling legal and fast marriages and divorces possible?
Nevada.
Nevada. It's specifically the Strip in Las Vegas. And what state will you find the headquarters for Mutual of Omaha Insurance?
Omaha.
Nebraska. And where are the Twin Cities?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, that's right. St. Paul and Minneapolis, right? And what state is nearly divided in two by the Chesapeake Bay? The state that's nearly divided into by the Chesapeake Bay is Maryland. Maryland. Yeah. Well, that is all I have for us today. I will be back tomorrow. It's good to hear some of you guys back. Doug, I could hear you. It's nice to hear you again. Y'all, I will be seeing you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.